Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining Wisdom Tips for Today with Dr. Connie Green. I'm so glad to have you today. It's been a while. I've been kind of off a little bit and haven't spent some time with my family. So you probably haven't seen me in a couple of weeks or more. But I had to do that. I think we all sometimes need to settle down and spend some time with family and friends. And during this time that we live in, everybody's celebrating. And I just love the spirit that I'm feeling in the atmosphere where people are getting together with their families and enjoying one another. So thanks again for tuning in to Wisdom Tips with Dr. Connie Green. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Connie Green. I'm here to drop pearls of true wisdom, giving you the tools that you need to live a victorious life. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a powerful topic that I felt in my spirit that the Lord had given me. Went on a fast and I was praying a lot and was talking to the Lord and reading scriptures and all the things that God was showing me. I was just so excited to be able to give this opportunity to you all tonight of what He has given to me. And that topic tonight, and it's a powerful topic, and it's going to be life-changing if you apply what I'm going to be teaching tonight. The topic is how to stop carrying other people's weight. How to stop carrying other people's weight. What are you talking about, Dr. Green? Stop trying to do other people's situations that are going on in their life. Stop trying to figure out how you can help them with their problem when your own problem hasn't even been taken care of. So sometimes as people, we, especially the one that love people, we try to fix people sometimes, and we try to do all we can to make everybody else happy. But when you look at your life and your family and your finances, sometimes we'll find out that we have just kind of missed the mark, and some of those things we're not doing the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves and our family. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about how to stop carrying people's weight. See, some of us are exhausted, not because of our own storms, but because we allow the burdens of others to settle on our shoulders. You ever been heavy, so heavy that you didn't know why you was heavy? It could be that you was carrying somebody else's load because they told you some things that was so overwhelming you couldn't even get sleep at night. And you was worried about that sister or that brother or that best friend or that coworker or that family member at your church. So you're praying and you're fasting, trying to help them, but all along that your house is just going to pops. You stop doing things that you used to do to help your family and to help yourself. So sometimes when we get overwhelmed like that, it may not even be something that you have done wrong. The reason why you're feeling that way, it could be because you are trying to help somebody else take care of their problems when your problems hadn't even been taken care of. So today we're going to talk about wisdom and boundaries and emotional peace and how we can release what God never told us to carry. I'm talking to somebody tonight. I'm talking to you. God didn't even tell us to do half of the stuff that we try to do to help people and try to fix people. But we feel like they're broken. So you want to try to take care of them and do all that you can because that's who you are. That's what God called you to do. And that's what God created you to do. And you're doing the right thing. But sometimes I think we can get a little bit overboard because sometimes when you go home and the dishes hasn't been washed and your floor hasn't been washed or swept, you haven't made up your bed, your closet look crazy, you're trying to find an outfit and can't find an outfit because you done threw things everywhere. And then you go to work and then you're overwhelmed about things at work. And then you come back home, your teenage son or daughter has been doing some mischievous things. And you get so overwhelmed and now you're mad at them when you didn't even get a chance to slow down long enough to think about your own family. So let's talk about that tonight. If you know somebody right now, go ahead and ask them to come in, share this broadcast with somebody. I think it's going to really, really bless you all of you, especially the time that we live in today. And so I want you to start thinking about yourself. Sometimes we feel like when we think about ourselves and we're not thinking about others, we just feel kind of guilty because we're trying to take care of ourselves. But if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to continue to take care of others? So let's just talk about that. In section 1, I want to talk to you about why we carry people's weight. Now that's something to think about. Why do we carry people's weight? Many times We pick up emotional loads because, number one, we love dearly. We love so hard that we would try to do any and everything we can do to help somebody else. The next one is we want to fix things. We want to fix things. We think we can fix people. God created us. We can't fix people. So sometimes we try to fix people, fix the things that are going on in their lives. And we're not even thinking about what's going on in our life. And sometimes I believe the reason we do fix people and we do love dearly is because we're going through a lot and we know how they feel, because maybe they went through some of the same things that you're going through. So now you're trying to fix them because didn't nobody else fix you. So you feel like you're going to go try to fix everybody, right? So sometimes we try to fix people, and then we feel responsible for other people's feelings. Sometimes if we had a sharp tongue and said something to them, offend them, and now they're upset. Now you're worried about how you offended somebody. But dear hearts, you're going to always offend somebody. You're not going to always be perfect in everything that you do. What do you do when you get to that point? Then you go back and you apologize. And if they accept it, they do. And if they don't, they didn't. But you do what you need to do. The next step is sometimes we fear disappointing people. We feel disappointing people. Your friend asks you to take care of her baby because she had something to do that day. And you said, no, I can't do that today. Now they're upset with you. And that's your best friend, maybe, perhaps. And you felt bad because you had to say no. But it's all right to say no. If you can't do it and everything is overwhelming and you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life, your family, your even your mental well-being, and you're overwhelmed, then it's okay to say, I can't do it today. And just do what you need to do so you can have peace of mind and emotional well-being. And another step, we're being conditioned to be the strong one. Yeah. Some of us conditioned to be the strong one, the one that never cries, the one that takes care of everything in the family, and all of this kind of stuff. So you feel like you got to keep up with that status that everybody thinks you are, but they don't know in the midnight hour, you crying, your pillow is wet. You got things going on in your family that you can't even tell anybody about. But we're still carrying those weights of other people. But here's the truth. Not every burden is our assignment. Let me say that again. Not every burden is our assignment. Not every problem is our responsibility. And not every crisis requires our energy. So when you find yourself burdened by other people's assignments, burdened about other people's responsibility, and not thinking about yours, and also burdened about the crisis that they are going through, and then people want your energy, and then you're trying to help them, and you got stuff going on in your family. God didn't require us to do that. Sometimes we step into a role of rescue. You want to rescue them. We jump in that role because God never told us to do that role or have that role in our life. So when God is calling us to step back and let him be the deliverer, we don't want to do that. But sometimes we're not blessing people when we're trying to help them all the time. Maybe sometimes God let people go through things so they can get back to God. They did some things that they know they shouldn't have done. They had responsibilities that they didn't pick up and take and do what they needed to do for their life. They didn't take their finances and work it in the right direction, other than going out and buying a whole bunch of clothes and shoes and this, that, and the other. Now your rent is behind or your car payment is behind. Now you're going to your best friend and you want her to fix you. But maybe God wasn't there for her to fix you. Maybe God wants you to see that you're not doing what you need to do to take care of your own responsibilities. So now you got your best friend there taking care of you. And then you wonder why the relationship went the other way, because she was pulling everything she knew that was in her or that was in him to take care of you, but you never thought about taking care of them. The cost is too hard. Having that weight on you, there is a cost carrying too much. When you carry what isn't yours, you become mentally drained. I've been there, dear hearts, mentally drained. And I'm talking about myself. Some of the stuff that I'm talking about myself as well. I want to rescue people. I love helping people. I love to be there for that person or that child, whatever they need. I want to be there. I'm a fixer. But the Lord showed me long time ago, you can't fix something that I have created. If they're broken right now, maybe I allowed them to be broken so they could come back to God. You never know why God allowed people to go through the things that they're going through. So if we're always there fixing stuff, and God never has the chance to talk to them for a second or a minute or an hour, because you always there spot on spot, just like that, doing what you need to do just to help them out so they won't have to worry about what's going on. Maybe sometimes that's not good for us. It mentally drains you. And also it helps you sometimes be so overwhelmed that you can't bounce back from some of those setbacks that you're going through in your own life. So you become mentally drained. You experience compassion fatigue. Yeah, there's a thing called compassion fatigue. And I have experienced that in the last few months or so. I had to take a break. And I spent time with family, and I took walks in the park, and I began to talk to God more, read scriptures. I started a wonderful course that has really blessed me and others. And so I'm so excited what God did for me. He said, okay, it's time for you to take a break. And I took a break because I had that compassion fatigue. I felt like I had to be there for everybody, always be there, always help everybody that I can help. But at the meantime, my house wasn't being taken care of. I wasn't cleaning up like I should. I wasn't cooking the meals like I should have. I was working long hours. I was doing all I could to help somebody else, but I was just drained. And then when you get like that, sometimes you build resentment because all those people you help, half of them don't care nothing about you. Sometimes they develop, I believe people develop things that they could talk to you about because they know you're going to be the one that talk to them about their problems. But if you keep talking to them about their problems and they never do the right things, what good is it? And then you feel resentful because you have spent so much time on that person, whether it's your best friend, whether it's somebody at work, whether it's somebody in church, maybe somebody in your home, your child, your husband, whoever. It could be anybody. Sometimes you get resentment because you did all you could to help them and they didn't care nothing about you when you needed help. Oh, I'm talking good tonight. Somebody don't like that. And then you lose focus on your own purpose. You lose focus of what God called you to do. You lose focus on what God brought you in this earth for. He didn't bring you in this earth to be a garbage can for anybody. And I believe sometimes people don't even want help. They just want you to be there to hear them vent. And at the end of the day, you can tell them all kind of good stuff that they need to do to turn their life around, and they're still going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be just like in a circle. So you lose your focus and your own purpose. And then it interferes with God's work. Yeah, I just talked about that. It interferes with God's work. With God's work. And it wasn't nobody else's work but God's. But you wanted to fix somebody. You wanted to fix somebody else's life. And that was not your responsibility. Carrying the emotions and weights of others can look noble. Oh, it looks noble. It looks like, oh, she's so good. She's so great. She's always there for me. She's always doing what she can do for me. If I tell my children hungry, I have a big old bag out on the porch where she done brought the food, and she call me and tell me the food is there and the kids got something to eat right now. Right. All of that stuff is good. But if you keep doing it, then it's almost like a spoiled child. If you keep doing something over and over again for that spoiled child and you never spank him, you never tell him, no, you can't do that. You always give. And then when you stop giving, the little fella just so mad and angry and upset, he just have a temper tantrum at the store and you don't know what to do. Why? You created that monster. So when you're heavy laden and you're so overwhelmed, sometimes you got to stop and try to figure out, why am I feeling this way? Carrying emotional weight of others, yes, they look noble, but it becomes dangerous when you put them before God. When you replace God for them, we got to keep our boundaries of our do's and don'ts, what we need to do in life. Like your self-care. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not going to the doctors like you should to find out why was that pain there? Why am I feeling this way on this side? Why is my headache is so severe that I have to take pills? You know, what is going on where my knees, when I get up, I can't walk. My knees is just so feeble and they burning when I walk, and I'm overwhelmed and I can't remember stuff. All this stuff comes from sometimes from the emotion that we're feeling, that we work so hard to keep up something that we've been doing forever, and that is to take care of people, but nobody taking care of you. Nobody called you and said, how you doing? Are you sick? You need any food? All the people that you've done or helped, nobody's around now. Right now, you're angry and you're upset and you're frustrated and you don't know what to do. Dear heart, some people aren't looking for help. They're looking for someone to dump their emotional trash into. And God did not call you to be somebody's dumpster. He didn't call you to be somebody's dumpster where they just going to spill out everything that they want to spill out in your life. People that they don't like what somebody else did. They want to gossip. They want to complain. They want to always look at what somebody else did, but they're never thinking about what they're doing. That can cause you to have poison in your spirit because of what somebody else done spilled out into you. So we got to stop that. God did not call us to be everybody's dumpster. Let's talk about wisdom. Wisdom moment. Staying present is one of the things that we need to do more than anything else without becoming overwhelmed. If we stay present in the moment, see what your mind is doing when you get overwhelmed. Think about it. Think about, why do I have this headache? Why am I aching all over? Why I don't have no appetite right now? Why am I overwhelmed? Why I can't remember nothing no more? Dear hearts, you're overwhelmed. You've been doing so much. Now, the holiday season is coming up now. Now, we're out there running around. You know, Thanksgiving is past. We done got the turkey. We done ate the turkey and we done got fat. Some of us have got sick and we've been at the hospital trying to get ourselves together. Now that's over. Now you got to reboot because now Christmas is coming. And then there you are running again, trying to figure out who wants this, who wants that. What should I get them for Christmas? Stop. Yeah, I said it. Stop. Listen to your brain. What is it feeling? Listen to your heart. What is it feeling? Listen to your neck, your legs and your heart. Is your neck tight? Is your shoulders hurting? It could be because you overwhelmed your hearts. There is a difference between supporting someone and saving someone. Wisdom says, I can pray for you. I can encourage you. I can listen to you, but I cannot live your life for you. That's what you need to tell that person that's coming to you. The Holy Spirit gives us discernment to know when to step in and when to step back. Start listening to what your heart is telling you, dear hearts. Ask yourself, did God assign me for this? Oh, I'm talking good tonight because somebody's overwhelmed right now doing too much for people and people don't care about you, period. Now, I know I shouldn't say people don't care about you because some people do care about you. But to be honest with you tonight, at the end of the day, they're going to take care of themselves before they take care of somebody else, right? And that's what most people need to do. But some people that you're doing so much for, you'd be surprised how they don't really care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you. Take a look at it. Just take a look at it. Take a look at your surroundings, people that you're around. Are they the kind of people that drag you down and talk about you and always wanting you to do something for them? But when it's time for you to do something for them to do something for you, they're gone. They don't have the money. They can't help you out. Those are not the type of friends that you need to be around. I know I'm somebody that's mad tonight, but honey, I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to be sick somewhere in the hospital because you're drained trying to help everybody else and not even help yourself. Did God assign me for this? Ask yourself, did God assign me for this? This is his, way of letting us know, okay, did I assign you to it? If I didn't, then don't do it, right? Then you think about your energy. Then you think about how your peace is being destroyed because you can't even get no sleep at night. And are you helping other people in a good way? Or you allowing them to continue the same ways that they've been doing for years and keep coming back to you and asking you to help If you see that kind of person, that's the one that you don't need to be dealing with, because they will never get right. They know who to come to, and they're going to use you. The same thing they've been doing for years, they're going to keep doing. So did God assign me to do this? Ask yourself that. Is this draining my energy and destroying my peace? Think about that. Am I helping them grow or enabling them to avoid their own responsibilities? Ask yourself that. Sometimes love says, I'm here for you. And sometimes love says, this one thing is I love you and I believe in you and I'm hoping for you. But one is between you and God. What is it? What am I trying to say? And I'm saying, they're going to you, but God is wanting them to come to him. So are you in between them and God? Are you trying to do God's job? Are you going to release them to God? You need to release them to God. Say, dear hearts, I'll pray for you, but you got to go get some prayer and talk to God for yourself. I can't do this for you. Well, dear hearts, it's time for break. And when we come back, we're going to give you the wisdom tips for today. And please share this broadcast with somebody. Tell a friend. Tell them to come now and listen to this broadcast. I'm sure they're going to be blessed. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after commercial to give you the wisdom tips of today. God bless you. See you after the commercial.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Sometimes it's moments of brokenness which create the greatest transformations. Times where fear gives birth to faith, pain leads to healing, and chaos dissolves into peace. It's in these times we often see God more clearly. For in our deepest turmoil, He remains faithful. When our spirit is crushed, He remains strong. When our moment is too heavy, He carries the burden. As gold is refined by fire, we too are often refined by struggle. It's part of growing, changing, becoming. Lately, the journey has been difficult. Our breath has been labored. Our steps uneasy. But we stand in faith, knowing who is leading us through this desert. The God of peace, the God of hope, the God of restoration.
You coming in here to Wisdom Tips. Those of you that are just joining us, we have been talking about how to stop carrying what God never told you to carry. Somebody ought to give God praise tonight. Thank you again for joining back. We're getting ready to give you the wisdom tips for today. We're so excited that you joined us here with the Wisdom Tips show. Tip number 1, recognize what is yours and what is not yours. Tip number 1, recognize what is yours and what is not yours. Number 1, I want to share with you. You need to recognize that you're not God, that you can't fix some of these people, that you need to fix your own problems. Not saying you should never do anything for anybody. I'm the kind of person do whatever I can do to help anybody. But it comes a time in my life that sometimes I have to step back and let people live their own lives, because I'm not the smartest girl on the block. I've got wisdom and knowledge, and I've been through a lot. But at the end of the day, God is the one that created us. And the source that we truly need is him. So I want to share with you God today. Jesus Christ, my Savior and my Lord. When you get to the point that you're so overwhelmed and you have nobody to help you, go back to the rock that is higher than I. God is a good God. Oh, yes, he is. And what I'm trying to show you tonight and tell you tonight, it's okay to help others, but you got to stop for a moment, take a breath, and take care of yourself. Get back with God. Read those scriptures. Crucify the flesh that you're fighting after every day because you're doing the same old things and you want to do in another way. The best way to do it is to get back with God, and God will help you. He will develop you, and he will give you back what you need, the joy that you've been searching for, unspeakable and full of glory. I know you're going through a lot right now. This is a day and season that we're in, that it's just been in the atmosphere, nothing but anger, fear, frustration, murder. And we're hearing it and we feel it and we see it in this time that we live in now. But God can give us hope if you just let your feelings go and you let your heart go and give it to God and let him build you back and give you the love and the peace that you need, and help. And this will help you also to forgive those that have trespassed against you and done things to you that you're still hurting about and you're bitter about. God can fix it for you. So recognize what is yours and what is not yours. Your emotional capacity has divine limits. God gives grace for our assignment, not for someone else's assignment. Take care of your assignment first. Take care of your home first and see what God would do for you. Tip number 2, practice holy boundaries. Practice holy boundaries. Watch who you run around with. If you're a holy person, hang out with holy people. If you're the person that's in the world, then you need some boundaries so you won't go back to the world. Boundaries are not a lack of love. They are a form of wisdom, protection, and obedience. Tip number 3, release people to God. I can't say that no better than I just read it to you. Release people to God. You can't help everyone. Some situations require divine intervention, not emotional strain. Your job is to plant the seed. In other words, to witness to people and send them back to God and not carry the whole garden. Hallelujah. Tip number 4, stop responding immediately to every crisis. You got a friend, and every time something going on and it's a crisis, they calling you. They want you to fix it, but they never stop to think about what they need to be doing for themselves. If you keep doing that, they'll never get it right. They're going to always come to you. They'll never come to God. So we need to stop doing stuff like that. We need to turn them back to God. Release them to God. God knows what they need more than you do. Some emergencies aren't emergencies. Take time to pray before you react. Let me say that again. Some emergencies aren't yours. They're not your emergencies. They're the person's emergencies that's calling you and screaming and hollering on the phone. But you hear it every weekend. And you tell them the same thing every weekend. Take time to pray before reacting. Listen to them, yes, but send them back to God. Wisdom responds overwhelming reactions. Wisdom responds overwhelming reactions. But those that are always in a scrapes where they always got something that's going on, there's always a crisis, send them back to God. Right? Now, here are 3 scriptures that will anchor this program tonight that we're talking about. The first one is Galatians chapter 6:5, and it reads, "For each one should bear his own load." For those of you that's mad at me right now because I'm talking to someone else that's been building you up all your life, and now you mad because I'm talking to them about taking care of themselves. Well, I want you to get this. Get it real good. Don't get mad at me. Just like you don't get mad at the mailman when he tell you to give you a bill, do it. You sit there and you take that mail and you pay that bill, right? Don't be mad at me tonight. But I'm going to tell you the truth. For each one should bear his own load. So you should bear your own loads. Those of you that are not going to God and you're going to somebody else all the time. No. You got to bear your own load. People ain't going to always do stuff for you. You got to gird up your loins and get back to God. Everyone is responsible for their own choices. In Matthew chapter 11:28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." That's what we need to go to. We need to go to God. So if you are the one on the other side, well, you got a good friend, you can always talk to him. No, God says, come unto me, not your best friend, not your husband, not your children. Come to me. So when we start spoiling people and just giving them all the answers they needed, they never have to go to God. Why should they go to God? You're their God, right? And you don't want to be their God because there's only one. And you don't want God to be mad at you. Come unto me, all you that are weary and heavy laden, I will give you rest. Jesus, not you, is the burden bearer. Jesus is not you as the burden bearer. All right, remember that. Proverbs chapter 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart for everything you do. Why? Because it flows from it. Guard your heart, baby. They will break your heart. The ones that you love, the ones that you thought was with you, your family, your friend, even your church members. Sometimes you think you love so hard and so deeply, you can't even see what their heart is really towards you. What kind of heart do they have towards you? You're doing all of this, and then you get offended and you get mad because they're not doing anything for you. Why? You allowed that. So I'm just helping somebody now. You allowed all of that. Pull away from those poisonous people that will trash you at a drop of a bucket. I've been there, dear hearts. I lived it. And I don't want you to live like that. Learn what the Bible tells us about guarding our hearts with all diligence, because God knew that we would be hurt one day. Somebody's going to break us, but you can turn it around for your good when you read those scriptures and you go and you flow in the spirit of God and not the devil. And another one in my closing. Family, listen. Your compassion is a gift, but it was never meant to become a chain. You cannot help people by holding them and holding their weight constantly over and over again. And you cannot rescue people from lessons God is using to grow them. Dear hearts, your peace is precious. Your energy is sacred. Your purpose is too important to be drowned by someone else's patterns. Release what God didn't assign you to do. Walk in wisdom and trust God to handle what you cannot carry. Oh, my bashata. Thank you, dear heart, for joining Wisdom Tips on today. I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure that you share this broadcast with someone who needs to be released from emotional overload. Until next time, walk in wisdom, love, peace, and stay in purpose. And remember, we ain't got no time for tears and fears, because wisdom is the principal thing. And in all that get an understanding so you can live a victorious life. Love you, dear hearts. I'll see you next week. Don't care